Hey y'all, back with my second part of my video. Punky! Come show your shirt! She wants to show y'all her shirt that she made for her volleyball practice. So, I told her, because my first video ran out of time. I thought I had more time than that. So I was like, I'll let you show them in the beginning of this one.
What?
Show them your shirt. She made the sleeves last night. Because I told her she should try to stand out. I think this sleeve looks really cool. I like how it has the drips all the way up it. I told her
Yeah,
that
this
she
was
should.
the first one that I made.
Yeah. If you want to, you can add a little bit more to this sleeve. I mean, you don't have to.
It's gonna take a long
looks...
time to dry because it took all night last night to dry.
Right, but you can put it in the dryer this time because there's not. Well, no, you can't actually.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it looks good.
The back numbers are like so huge.
Yeah.
I don't know why they're being so big.
Ugh.
What?
Oh, your we're gonna be spending like a ton of money on school stuff already, and volleyball is gonna cost us a whole nother like $100 or $200. So, Amazon wish list, link in bio. I'm kidding, but seriously, like, it's gonna suck. It's gonna be really rough here in the next month, because we weren't even sure if we were going to send them back to school or not. But they begged, so now we have to get everything together within the next, like, 2 weeks, really.
Yeah, because it starts the 8th. Well, for me the 9th and for her the 10th.
Yeah.
So, like, that's...
Alright, baby, well, go play, because, not go play, but... Because I'm talking about a serious subject. It's not really kid-friendly.
What are you making for lunch?
I've got the oven preheating right now. I'm making that pizza.
Oh.
That's what you asked for, so that's what I'm gonna make. I didn't want to make a pizza, but then Autumn was like, oh, I want pizza too. So I was like, I guess I'm making a pizza. I just made pizza last night for dinner. But anyways, so yeah. So we were talking about, his name is Alex, hashtag thing. I'm going to go over this eyeshadow with a little bit of this because it's a little darker than I thought. So we're going to try this, see if we can lighten it up just a little. I don't know though, this doesn't look really that light either. So, yeah, so his name is Alex. So, if you guys didn't watch the first part of my video, watch it. But if you don't want to, the first part of my video, I was talking about basically how this woman went on a live stream because her son, well, he came to his mother and told her that he's transgendered, or he feels transgendered, or however he came to her, and that, or she found out, whatever happened, and that, you know, he wants to be called Alex. We'll say that his dead name is Dana. That's not really his name, but, I don't want to put, you know, I'm not going to dead name this person either, because, just why would I? But anyways, so the mother goes online and says, this is my daughter, her name is Dana. If you can't call her Dana, what she was called at birth, came out of me as a girl, she is a girl, and if you can't call her her, then you don't need to be in her life, and I will make sure that you're not in her life. And that's not me misgendering somebody, that's me quoting the mother. I mean, just embarrassed the shit out of this child. Just terrible way to try to control your child, because you know what? So first off, my first thing that popped in my mind was, I can understand it being hard to get used to calling your child that you've been used to calling a female name for, you know, since they were born, for years and years and years, calling them this female name, and then all of a sudden they want to be called a male name. I get that could probably be hard, and it could probably be devastating. But because that's your little girl, you knew them as your little girl. I get that. I can understand that that would be hard and that would be rough. But what I don't get is that, you know, as parents, we are supposed to be our children's number one fan. We are supposed to be their biggest support. We are supposed to love them through anything. A parent is unconditional love, or they're supposed to be unconditional love. I always felt unconditional love with my mother, and I will always unconditionally love my children. You know, this. What is that? I don't know what that was. But this whole, you know, staying inside for 6 freaking months, my kid's been acting out, you know, and I'm gonna love her through it. I'm damn sure not gonna throw her away because I don't like something she did. That's our jobs as parents, is to love them more when they're in a tough spot and understand them, or try to understand them, even if we don't get it. I just don't understand how you could want to humiliate your child publicly, and instead of being their biggest supporter, you are tearing them down, ripping them to shreds in front of thousands of people. Hard to tell how many people have seen that video by now, from her page alone, let alone all the people sharing the video. I'm sure as hell not showing the video, because I think she acted like a fool. And I don't think she deserves any attention. She made that boy sit there with her the whole time, and you could just see in his face that he was just broken the fuck down. And no mother that I know that unconditionally loves their child would act that way. And as I said, would it be hard to get used to? Absolutely. But to tell your child, I don't love you for who you are, and I don't love you as you are. My job is to love my kids unconditionally, not, I'll love you as long as you do everything I say, and I'll love you as long as you're who I want you to be. What kind of message does that send? Not a good one. That's for sure. My kid's acting crazy out there right now. I don't know how that mother can get off thinking that she was right in this situation, to just any little bit of not self-respect, not confidence, any bit of confidence that boy had as himself as Alex is gone now. And there was like a thing you signed, petition. I don't know if it was for CPS to be called. I don't know what it was for, but I know that the kid got online and because the mother took his TikTok, his everything, because apparently she felt like the people that he was talking to online were promoting his behavior, and said that she doesn't want him talking to any transgendered people online, doesn't want him talking to anybody that basically promotes being yourself, and if you're transgender, being that, which is really disturbing, honestly, because there's not very many people that don't promote being yourself these days. And telling your own child to not be who they are is really sad. Like teaching them that the person that's supposed to love you the most doesn't even love you as you are. That's devastating. That would ruin a child's confidence in everything in life, you know? That kid is never going to forget this. And he did message his friend and tell his friend, I'm fine. I want everybody to take the thing down. I'm fine. My mom was just really upset. Blah, blah, blah. Which, hey, once again, let's pop back over to the I understand part, which aren't going to be very many of those, but there's a few points that I kind of get it, but not many. But the kind of get it point that I'm about to make is I can understand if the child comes to you and says, I'm going to transition, and they're like, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, all the way up to, 16 or 17 years old. I can understand being like, absolutely not. And that's exactly what I would say if my child came to me and said, I'm going to transition at 13 or 14 years old. Absolutely not. Not right now, you're not. If you feel that way when you're 17 or 18, then we'll talk about it again. But if you do that to yourself, once you go under the knife, there's no taking it back. And children are just not meant to make lifelong lasting decisions like that. They're not equipped to think about long term. Kids think about right now. They want instant gratification. And making a lifelong choice might be instantly gratifying for now, but what about in 20 years when you decide you want to be a parent? Mommy. It sterilizes you. What, Autumn? What, Autumn? What, Autumn? For what? I'm making a video about something that you don't... Yes, you can tell me. I'm gonna beat my child up. She keeps getting inside of a cooler. I don't know what she's doing. But anyway, so, anyways, so, yeah, I'm trying to think of where I was. So, as a parent, our number one job is to love and support our children, even whenever you want to kick their butts. Stop it, now. No, go play. No. Autumn? Whew, just a video for her to drive me nuts on whenever I'm saying, be your kids' supporters, which, of course, I support her. She's just being a little obnoxious right now. It's because she knows I'm filming, so, gotta annoy mom, right? Can't let me get anything done. That's a no-no. I really like how that turned out. I wasn't going in that direction. I was wanting to use this one more, but I actually went with Rose Tattoo more. But anyways, back on topic. So I can understand not wanting to let your child medically transition at a very young age. I can understand that because they might change their mind. I've seen so many not documentaries, but like video documentaries, like YouTube short little documentaries about people that did transition as young kids and they grew to regret it, and now they're going through life as somebody that they don't want to be. Some of them detransition, and it's really, really hard to get looking back like the gender that you want after so many years of taking hormones or whatever, because whenever you take testosterone, your features get a lot more manly looking, of course, and whenever you take not progesterone, oh my god, estrogen, of course you get a lot more soft looking, and your breasts start to grow. And I just saw the other day a documentary, or was it on a talk show? I can't remember, but he was a boy, and he transitioned into female, and he's already detransitioning to male again, and he's only 14 years old. So he's 14 years old, and he's been male to female, back to male again. And it's really hard though, because like this kid said, he said, if you don't let me transition, I will off myself. And the mother didn't know what to do. She didn't know what else to do but let him do what he felt he needed to. But in the end, it hurt him that she let him make that choice, because he's a child. They are not meant to make really, big, long lasting decisions at that age. And the bad part about that story is she didn't even go through a doctor to do this. She gave her son I almost said oops, but he is back to being her son. But she gave her son her own estrogen pills. Like, didn't even go through the doctor, which is really scary, because I'm sure that there are things that can go wrong, just like with any other medication. So that's really scary. And would be scary even if you were going by a doctor's recommendations. So I can understand from a medical standpoint not wanting your child to transition. But if they want to wear boy clothes, and if they're, female and they want to wear boy clothes and start at least identifying as another gender. I mean, my kid all the time, she likes to put her she wears flat bill hats, and she likes to take her hair, and instead of it being in a ponytail, she'll take it and she'll flip it up this way and make it look like she's got freaking Justin Bieber bangs hanging out her hat. And you know what? I don't say shit about it, because it's just a way of dressing. I mean, I don't care how they dress, as long as they're happy and healthy and whatever. My husband's always like, you're not gonna dress like a little emo. I don't care if she does, as long as she's happy, and not doing anything too crazy. If dressing that way is what makes her happy, so be it. Now, if she came to me and said, I want to be male, I would say, okay, well, here's what's gonna happen. Just like my parents did with my tattoos. My parents both were covered in tattoos, and I'm so glad that they did this the way that they did. Because if I would have gotten the first few tattoos that I thought about, I would hate them now. But I came to my dad around when I was 14, and I said, I really want this tattoo. And yes, that is very young to get a tattoo, but my parents are covered in tattoos, so they're pretty liberal with it. But my dad said, okay, pick out a tattoo, and I want you to look at it every single day for an entire year. And within that year, if you ever start to think, oh, maybe I don't like it as much as I thought, then you're not getting it. If by your 15th birthday, you still love that tattoo just as much as the day you first saw it, then I'll get you the tattoo. And I did still love it, and I still love it today. It's a little stretched out, so it's not as pretty as